Hello students, today we are going to start a part 6 of motion and time. Students, in previous video of this chapter we have discussed about the different types of graph, distance time graph for uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So basic idea about the shape of graph we have studied in previous part. Today we will discuss the step by step the process of drawing graph. So let us start. Steps to draw a distance time graph. Students, first take a point O called origin. So you have to take a point as origin first, then draw a line OX called x-axis. As a step third, you have to draw a line OY which is called y-axis. Now students, see the step 4, level x-axis and y-axis by writing time and distance respectively. So students, you have to write time on x-axis, near x-axis, and distance near y-axis. We have also discussed in previous part that x-axis generally shows time and y-axis generally shows distance. Now students, as step 5, take suitable scales on each axis. Student, this step is very important and you have to understand it carefully. This needs some practice also. So choosing a scale should be in such a way that the graph should not be too small. The distance time graph must not be too small or too big so that it go outside the graph sheet. So you have to take suitable scale with suitable units for time and distance respectively. Now mark the points representing the given values of time with corresponding values of distance. So students, you have to take different points which represents the corresponding time and distance one by one. That is, first point will represent the first time and corresponding distance. The second point will represent the second time and its corresponding distance, and so on. Lastly, join all the marked points to obtain the required graph. Students, you have to join the points obtained and finally you will obtain the graph, the required distance time graph. Now students, let us recall them one by one. See, you have to take a suitable point as origin O. Now draw OX, x-axis. Next, draw, you can see OY as y-axis. Then you have to mark x-axis as a time axis, and you can see y-axis as distance axis. And in next step, you have to take suitable scales according to the situation. As in this example, I have taken time in second and scale as 5 second, 10 second, 15 second, 20 second, as to represent the given data. It depends upon the situation or the question under consideration. Similarly, for the distance axis, we have taken, for example, we have taken in meter, distance in meter, and here the scale 2 meter, 4 meter, 6 meter and 8 meter, so that we can represent the given distances under the graph sheet, on the graph sheet easily. And you have to take the scale in such a way. Decision of a scale, or you can say choosing scale, is very important part of drawing graph. So students, take one example. Let us take one example from our daily life. Suppose this is a data given for a bus, distance traveled by a bus. As the bus starts at 8 a.m., so distance traveled by it is 0 kilometer, and after half an hour, that is at 8:30, the bus reaches at 20 kilometer, travels distance of 20 kilometer till 9 a.m. It covers 40 kilometer distance till 9:30, 60 kilometers, and till 10 the bus covers 80 kilometer. Now you can see the graph here. At 8 a.m. the bus starts, at 8:30 reaches at 20 kilometer, at 9 reaches at 40 kilometer, 9:30 reaches at 60, and so on. So students, here in this example, with the help of this example, let us recall the steps we have studied to draw the graph. This is point O taken as origin. You can say this is a x-axis, that is OX. Here you can see OY as y-axis. Now written time near x-axis. X-axis is labeled as time. Here the time is in AM, that is 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., 9 a.m. The time may be in second, minute, or as per situation given. Here the distance, the y-axis labeled as distance axis, and the distance is given in kilometers. So under bracket we have to write kilometer, that is the unit of distance. And since the origin represents zero distance, here with the with this scale at 8:30, the first point is taken A, which represents the time 8:30 and the corresponding distance 20 kilometer. Now the second point of time, that is 9 o'clock, and here you have to see the distance, corresponding distance, that is 40 kilometer, and both will cross at this point, that is on point B. So before drawing the graph, you have to mark point A, point B, point C, as we have seen step by step, and then join this line. At last you have to join the line passing through A, B, C and D, etc. So by this way you can complete the graph. Students, it is enough for today's class. In next part of the video of this chapter, we will study about importance of distance time graph. What are the advantages of distance time graph? We will see in next part of the video. So let us stop it and today's class.